We are live, Mr. Cain.
All right, I got you.
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Soldier Stories podcast. My name is Mark Ross, and with me this afternoon is Marine Corps veteran, and he served in Vietnam. His name is Louis Cain. Louis, thank you for taking the time to speak with me, sir.
Welcome, Mark.
I appreciate you, and Semper Fi, brother. Semper Fi, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. Um, I know we spoke before, and you told me about the things that you went through uh, during your tour of duty. But first off, can I ask you, Mr. Cain, what made you go into the Marine Corps?
Well, I really didn't like the Army or the Navy, so I needed a good challenge.
Uh-huh.
The Marine Corps seemed like the right one.
Okay. And how long were you in the Marine Corps?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And that was during the Vietnam era, correct? So you did go to Vietnam, right?
Yeah, we went to Vietnam. I think we were some of the first ground troops in Vietnam.
Okay. Can you talk about what that was like, Mr. Cain, being in Vietnam?
1965 was like being in the Twilight Zone, you know.
Yes, sir.
It was a difficult situation. I was just trying to survive.
Yeah. What, you did 1 year in Vietnam, or you did 2 tours?
We got there in March of 1965. We landed down at Da Nang at Red Beach, Da Nang, in March of 1965. So I was there until almost the last of 66.
Okay. So you did one year.
I got hurt and I got medevac from Vietnam to Clark Air Force Base in the Philippines. We was on a search and destroy mission, and I'm walking through the elephant grass, and the helicopter landing to drop us some supplies like water we had ran out of water. And I'm walking through this grass. I thought it was grass, but it was bees. You know, about 450 bees. They hit me in the face and down my throat and everything. You know, next thing I woke up, it was about a month later. I was in the Philippines, Clark Air Force Base.
Wait a minute, you were in a coma?
I don't know what happened. I guess I was in a coma. I had so much bee venom. So,
oh my goodness.
About 450 times.
Oh, whew. 450 times?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I look like Fat Albert.
And you're not even fat. Wow. That's incredible. Have you observed any loss of life from your comrades during your tour of duty in Vietnam, sir?
Yeah, I remember some of the first deaths. We were sitting in an L-shaped ambush, but the enemy was already there before we got there, you know. So they started shooting up and down the line. The machine gunner got shot in the throat.
Gee.
Blood. So ain't no helicopter coming down and evacuate the wounded. So he's still receiving watching that. But another young man going up across the river, got caught in the current. Took 4 days to find him. And the divers found him. Crab had 8 out of his eyes. I can't believe stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Just so you're aware, Mr. Lewis, you're going in and out. So I'm having just a little trouble hearing you. All right. But you did 4 years in the Marines, and you spent one of those 4 in Vietnam. Uh, do you remember how you were treated when you got back to the States?
Well, when I got back to the state, there was a lot going on. Why I was bad.
Mm, okay. Okay. Can you give me an example of how you were treated, Mr. Cain?
Well, before I got out of the Marine Corps,
Yes.
well, they sent me to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I had just got married, so I was the NCO, so I could live on base. Wife sent trailer park, wasn't trailer park, base house, Midway. I lived on the street called Bluff Drive. All the crowd there. They were studying for contaminating with the government. They knew about it. Kept secret. I couldn't understand why would you send a person and his family to a base that's quarantine camp.
Hmm.
I couldn't it's almost like they had 48 going to Vietnam. They took the second shot.
Okay. Okay.
Jim Jones really had nothing on the military. That was worse than being in Guyana.
So, so you spent time in Guyana as well, right?
I mean,
You said that you were in Guyana?
no, I said being in Camp Lejeune like being in Guyana.
Oh, okay. 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 Okay, I understand. Um, how did all that have an impact on you, like mentally?
Yeah, because that was the year that passed civil rights. Uh, I found out that Muhammad Ali was right.
Mm. You're still going in and out on me, sir. So I'm having a hard time hearing you.
So what's happening, man, he decided to go ahead online for it back. Yeah. That's why I'm
Okay.
going in.
Yeah, yeah. Can you go inside? Yes. Thank you. Let me know when you're in. Are you inside, sir? Oh, he got me on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. Now I can hear you.
Well,
Now you sound so much better, sir. You sound so much better. Uh,
all of the days he choose to come over here when I'm outside.
you're right, right. So I'm going to ask you that question again. What type of impact did that have on you mentally, seeing all that you saw?
I was beginning to wonder that the Constitution of the United States really did apply to black people. You
Oh,
know,
uh-huh.
when I
Yeah.
came back, before I got out of the Marine Corps, Martin Luther King was assassinated. You know, and I don't know, when I came back to Milwaukee, people was rioting.
Hmm.
There was a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I feel like I didn't belong, so
Yeah, yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, sir, that you felt like you didn't belong, because I can identify with that. Even though I didn't go to Vietnam, uh, but that sense of disconnect, I,
yeah,
I greatly understand that, because I felt like a fish out of water, and I'm quite sure that you probably felt that way as well, right?
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, when did you start to experience PTSD?
To tell you the truth, Mark, I didn't know what PTSD was.
Mm-hmm.
Black Marines didn't know what PTSD was.
Mm-hmm.
They told me I had psychosis, and that was all they told me, and they gave me 10% disability for psychosis. And I didn't find out what PTSD was until I went to NAB-B. That was up on Green Bay Avenue at the time. Dr. Lawrence Curry, he had a PTSD group, and that's what I learned about PTSD, you know,
Yes, sir.
because we wasn't getting compensated for nothing.
Yes, sir.
Almost like you had to go to war to get benefits that you had earned, that you was entitled to,
But you did go to war.
not for benefits.
No, 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 no. And you do have to go to war for benefits, sir. And you are exactly right. And it's a damn shame that you went to Vietnam, experienced what you did, only to get 10% disability.
Yeah, that's because I didn't know what PTSD was. I didn't
Yes.
know what was causing the nightmares. You know, I
Yeah.
couldn't. I still got a sleeping problem. You know, I'd be up
Yeah.
all time of night,
Mm,
all
mm,
stuff
mm.
is going through my mind. I see all kind of stuff,
I'm sure.
and it didn't help too much. My younger brother Larry Cain died about 3 years ago.
Mm,
Agent Orange. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke. He didn't do anything. Yeah, died from lung cancer.
mm, mm, mm.
And I found out after he had died that he served in the same place that I served. But he was in the army and I was in the Marine Corps. But it was a place called Way, Kubai. You know, that's where they had the last big battle in the Way City. But Larry was stationed there too, but I didn't find out. But I remember them spraying us with Agent Orange. They
Yeah.
used to drop leaflets down to the Vietnamese people, telling them that they was going to spray. But how can you leave your position if you in a position, you got to stay in your position. You get sprayed with the grass.
Right. Because if you would have moved, there's a possible chance that you would have got seen by the enemy and got shot.
Got shot by a sniper. So once you get in, you stay in.
Yes, sir. So you also suffered from Agent Orange.
Yeah, I got so many things wrong with me, man. I got about 47 different diagnoses. Kidney disease, then they told me a couple of weeks ago that I got a bad heart. So then I got lung problems. They call it pulmonary hypertension with blood clots on lungs. I had blood clots on both lungs and blood clots behind the left leg. I don't know why I get blood clots unless you know, I wasn't born with them, so
Mm-hmm,
it had
mm-hmm,
to do Agent Orange.
mm.
Uh,
This is disturbing for me to hear, sir, because uh, I'm hearing this from you, and I'm thinking in my head that if you as a black veteran went through this in Vietnam, I can only imagine what everybody else went through and got no help, no treatment, no nothing. And you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I hear what you're saying, man,
I
but
mean, this
I
thing called Agent Orange.
I
Go
hate
ahead. Go ahead.
I believe in fighting, you know. I will pull up a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 82 years old now, and I've been fighting all my life. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that too, man. And if you're 82 years old and you're still going through it, it's what you're telling me, correct?
that's correct.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you get released. Did the VA hospital at that time help you with anything other than giving you a 10% disability?
He gave me a lot of pills. That's the only help I got, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let somebody diagnose me as being crazy when you're not crazy. You know what happened. You know, I was dealing with reality.
Yeah.
You know, they deal with pill bottles. You know, so you
Mm-hmm.
need antidepressant. I don't need no antidepressant. I know what was wrong and I know what was caused it. You know, but they didn't want to face the fact that they had messed up a lot of young people. You know, I think we were sent there to thin out the population. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ain't too much. I don't feel comfortable listening to a bunch of lies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just tell me the truth. If you don't want to give me something that I earn, tell me. You know, I've been experiencing that problem all through life for the last 40 some years now. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what effects have you had since you've been exposed to Agent Orange?
I just try to survive each day because, like I say, all these different diagnoses, different things. You know, I could barely walk. I got a spinal injury, going to hips, messed up shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to be as mobile as I can be. So I don't expect no sympathy, but you know, I don't expect the people to go out their way to discriminate against me. So I just want what I'm entitled to, that I think I earned as a veteran in the United States Marine Corps. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you are entitled to that.
that's
Uh,
all I want, to be treated fairly. You know,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you know what, you know what pissed me off the other day? I see Donald Trump. He whining about the January 6th riot and how badly they was treated. And over 1 million people came through Camp Lejeune. You know, Marine Corps, Marines and their family,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of babies died at camp. People don't realize they died from the water. You know, in the most contaminated place was the Naval Hospital. That's where my son was born. You know, Trump said he wanted them to be compensated because they done suffered so much. Man, that really pissed me off. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know something? I was still in the Marines. I was actually stationed in Camp Lejeune the last 2 months before that contaminated water alert stopped, because it stopped in the end of 1987, if I'm not mistaken. I was sent to Camp Lejeune in November
Uh,
of that year. So I caught the very tail end of that. So I was there, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't involved in that, if that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense though. But the contaminations that stay in your body so long, you know,
Mm-hmm.
started coming out and started getting all these ailments. So a
Mm.
person really don't know if he was affected or not. They have
Yes.
they have time periods, but that don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And may I ask, Mr. Cain, are you 100% connected now?
I've been 100% permanent total since 1991.
Bless your heart, sir. And that was too long coming.
That was like being in the battle way. So, it
Yeah.
was like fighting every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Once I find out that I'm entitled to something, somebody else is getting what you should be getting. You just can't accept that. You had to go a little further sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I do totally understand. Um, do you think that you being given 100% at such a late period in your life, you know, do you think that there's a discrepancy in terms of how uh, black veterans and white veterans are treated?
Yeah, that's why we went to NAB because we didn't understand anything about Agent Orange and post-traumatic stress disorder. So
Hmm.
it's a big difference how people is treated.
Hmm.
Black, brown people is treated different. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, are you still attending the VA hospital for your appointment, sir?
Yeah, I have to go because otherwise I would have to pay for medication other places. But I don't feel comfortable in the VA. I got Medicare. That's the backup in case the VA go crazy. I got somewhere else to go.
Hmm.
But I go there so I could save money really because that medicine get awfully expensive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I sometimes wonder if what we're talking about even resonates to people, sir, because there is a discrepancy. You know what I mean? In terms of how we're looked at versus how they're looked at. When I was in the Marines, sir, we like to refer to ourselves as light green and dark green.
Yeah,
I don't know if that would apply to you back in your day, but in mine, we were referred to as dark green versus light green. So even then, Mr. Cain, I saw things that really scratched my head, but it hurt my soul. How
yeah,
can you call yourself green when not everybody's being treated the same?
yeah. They tell you that the only color is Marine Corps green, but
That's
that's
right.
not true.
That's not true.
Like
And
you
and,
said,
and
dark green and the light green.
yeah, yeah. So I brought that up because I want everybody that's listening and that will listen to this to understand that there were racial discrepancies in Mr. Cain's time and in my time. Uh, you have this saying that we're all green, but the reality was and still is that we're not all green, right?
And they say no man left behind. That's not true either.
That's not true either. No.
They'll leave you behind and leave you behind and throw dirt over you.
Listen,
So
yeah. And they won't even tell you, and they won't even, it just bring your name up.
no.
You missing.
Like I said, I'm 82 years old, and I never been arrested in my life. I don't have a criminal record, you know. But
Mhm.
they always say, "Well, he got an extensive criminal record, so they can't tell that lie about me." I
Yeah,
never been in nobody's jail,
yeah.
because it's just another form of slavery. So
Hmm. Mr. Cain, when you got out of the Marines and you came back to Milwaukee, what what did you do to maintain yourself?
I looked for a job every day, and I couldn't get no job nowhere. I think
Hmm.
the first job I got was Alice Chandler's, and I was the first one to get laid off. You'd be the last one to get hired, and the first one to get let go of. So they had this CETA program. the federal government had a CETA program where they was helping people find jobs, mostly Vietnam veterans, but poor people, you know. And I got a job at the Milwaukee Public Museum as a CETA employee. Then the Milwaukee County bought the museum from the city, and I became a county employee. And things got worse then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talk about that. Talk about it.
It's sort of hard to talk about my employment with Milwaukee County. It was so much corruption and
Mm-hmm.
like the race for governor now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see how people could be so brainwashed and about certain candidates. You know, if Milwaukee County had an insurance carrier and they looked out for that insurance carrier more than they did the employees that work for Milwaukee County, like my whole pension was taken up in the pension scandal, you know.
Yeah.
They said, well, you get $1,500 a month. Then they said, you done went crazy and we'll give you $400 a month because you don't want the 15, you want the 4. That don't even make no sense.
It don't.
No, who's gonna turn away $1,500 and take $400? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get away with stuff like that. You go to court, you said I've been deprived of my constitutional right, and the federal judge she's gonna decide with the insurance company in Milwaukee County to throw your case out saying that you didn't do they wouldn't serve, you know. And I presented a copy of the sworn affidavit that they would serve, but you know they threw the case out anyway.
Yeah.
So I keep appealing, but it's just like running into a wall, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you say you work for the county. You worked as a deputy sheriff, right?
No, I worked in security. I had took an examination for deputy sheriff. That's how I left the museum. The sheriff department told me, come out to the county ground and you'll be getting that valuable experience. I never did get out that valuable experience because every time I give it, you know, I score 82. You know, this is a competitive examination. If I was such an idiot, I wouldn't have passed the test, you know, according to them. So, and they said, well, all the candidates get to use veteran preference points. When I got to ask why I couldn't use the veteran preference point, they told me that's tough. You didn't get them, that's tough. That's the answer that they gave, you know.
Seriously?
And yes, I swear. And I'm supposed to accept that. You didn't get the points, that's tough. But I'm watching people in the same position that I am, but different, you know, color.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Point and getting their scores higher and moving on, you know. And that's why I've been fighting Milwaukee County. You know, it's nothing that I don't want to be fighting Milwaukee County, but what they did was wrong, and it's still wrong. And they still been denying me for 35 years. They took my pension, you know, and took my constitutional right. They always talk about we support the Constitution. These people don't support no Constitution.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be going off and on, you know, about the county, but because it's hard to say.
It's just the truth, though, Mr. Cain. It's the truth. I mean, you're only telling it from your side of the story, but it's your truth because you had to listen to these people tell you in your face that they weren't messing with you. They weren't interested in you because of who you were.
You know, what's so bad about it? Milwaukee County admitted in federal court that they discriminated against me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They said they did it. You know, they never did say they didn't do it. You know, they danced around the question, but they said they did it. You know, and when those firefighters down in Georgia, I think, they sued for reverse discrimination. You know, when they said that you got to hire so many females to every male, you know. But they was hiring white women, you know, and they was getting double preference for being a female and a minority, you know.
Wow. But
But
here you
that's
go. But here you are serving your country, risking your life for 4 years, and it wasn't even messing with you.
yeah, like I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I should have received the veteran preference points like everybody else. I think
Absolutely.
all veterans should be treated the same.
You're right. They should, but as
Yeah.
we know, they're not. Mr. Cain, you wrote a book called Battle Hymn of the Discarded: From Foxholes to Courtrooms. Can you talk about your book and why
Well,
you wrote it?
well, the book was written about Karen Locke, because I got glaucoma now. I damn near can see.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her to write the book, and she agreed to write the book. But I was just trying to make people aware of how the government treats certain people,
Mm-hmm.
black and brown people, and just about anywhere. When they said that people's eating the cats and the dog, they wouldn't say that about nobody else. That's
Yeah.
some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, but seemed like some of my worst enemies was from my own community. You can't
Really?
like, yeah, you can't say anything about certain people. Special politician. Politicians be playing everybody. They play both sides, up, down, around, any which way but loose. And
Mm-hmm.
some people believe everything that they say. I don't know if they believe it or not, but they go along with it.
Yeah.
I can't support nobody just because he's black.
Yes.
He might be black, but he might be crooked also.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
possible. It's quite
yeah,
possible.
yeah. So
Money changes people, sir.
yeah. I wouldn't accuse nobody of doing anything that they didn't do. But if they did it, I'm not gonna smile in nobody's face and look down at their shoes and pretend that they didn't do anything. Because I could give a damn about politics, the red devils or the blue devils. They're all the same to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
money unite both of them together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear what you're saying, sir. Did 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 at any time did you ever pursue legal action about getting your disability and
I didn't, I didn't have to push too hard because at the time Milwaukee County was trying to make me look like an idiot. And most of the medical reports came from Milwaukee County. They didn't come from the VA. The Milwaukee County said I suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, and the VA took their word for it. So I wind up with one day I'm at 10%, and the next day I'm at 100%.
okay.
So I didn't resist.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. So going through all that you went through, uh, sir, is what advice could you give to any veteran or any person that's going through what we went through to help them get through their, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What could you say to help people get through their issues?
One thing, they have to keep their integrity and they have to believe in themselves, first. Sometimes the only person you have to believe in is yourself.
Amen.
But you just have to fight. You know, they tell you that the war is over, and the war ain't never over.
Mm-hmm.
I've been fighting all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Starting down in Jackson, Mississippi when I was 6 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and it haven't stopped. But people talking about like slavery is over and this is over. Ain't nothing never over.
Yeah. Yeah. And just because some people haven't experienced it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
I think some people think they got a bulletproof degree, you know, because they
Yeah.
got a degree applied to them, but
Yeah.
that's not, you know, other
Yeah.
folks do a lot.
Yeah. Hey, you preach it to the choir, sir, because I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. But yes, uh, we have to be able to tell people that they're going to be all right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Even when the odds are stacked, we have to let them know that there is a way out. Not check out, but work out. You dig what I mean?
right,
Because you and I have been down that road where things just seemed impossible, but we kept that grit going and we kept our best foot forward and we made something out of nothing.
right,
We were determined to make something shake and advance ourselves. So you had to hear a lot of people tell you no.
right.
I had to hear people tell me no a lot before I start getting a yes here and a yes there. And there's people out there, Mr. Cain, that needs to hear those yeses. They need to hear stories like yours to be encouraged to keep moving. I'm encouraged by your story, Mr. Cain, and I thank you for taking this time to speak with me because I I I understand that you are a Marine Corps veteran. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, so you and I have that understanding. You dig what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But as brothers that experienced things that we knew nothing about, I'm talking about the PTSD, the mental, shifting and all that. We have to let other brothers know that they can talk to us.
Right,
That if they are going through, they need to hear messages like ours that just because your day seems dark right now doesn't mean it's going to be dark forever. You're going to experience better days. Live through the good days and live through the bad days. But in all you're doing, Mr. Cain, we need to
yeah,
live.
right,
22 veterans commit suicide every day. Some of them look like you and some of them look like me.
right.
We need to speak our part and we need to speak up so that people that look like you and look like me can live another day.
We have to help each other.
That exactly. We have to, because we're all we got.
Right. You know what really pissed me off? This AI church. You know, they done made Jesus AI Jesus. You know, and who got a picture of Jesus? Nobody.
Man, come on now.
You know,
No.
everything is AI. You know,
Mhm.
so
I'm not going there.
I, I hear you, but
I'm not going there.
this is
But
true.
how can people get a hold of your book, Mr. Cain?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
I think a lot of veterans should get this book. It's not. I'm not trying to get rich or anything. I'm just trying to inform people about
Mm-hmm.
those things. You know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, like I say, I'm 82. I don't have no reason to lie about anything. You know.
Yeah.
So I might
Yeah.
as well let it all hang out. The truth. You know. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got you. Well, I'm gonna post your book and I'm gonna post that people should look for it in Amazon. So I'm gonna do what I can to help people come and check your book out, sir.
All right, Mark.
So, Mr. Cain, I thank you for taking the time to speak with me about this particular issue. I was really looking forward to our conversation, and I wish I could have get to see your face, but we having technical difficulties, and that's okay. That's cool. I get to hear you, and we got our story out. So that's all that matters to me, sir. And I really thank you for taking this time to speak with me.
I thank you for listening to me, you know, but I'm not too computer savvy, you know, like had to
Hey,
teach myself how to use this stuff. So
as I told you earlier, I'm a dinosaur too, sir. So I'm with you. I'm with you. But we got our interview in, so I'm cool with that.
yeah, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
And much love and respect to you, sir. I really appreciate you.
Simplify.
Simplify, my brother, and you have yourself a good day. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys also have a good day. And thank you for taking the time to speak with me and listen to me as I chop it up with Mr. Lewis Cain. So, Brother Cain, simplify again. You have yourself a great day, sir.
You too, Mark.
All right. And you guys as well. Bye-bye.
Bye.